Soil XRP for yield. Bless you in the tea lady. Thank you. I've looked at Soil. So they are doing private credit and lending that out. I don't know what they're lending against. I need to better understand the types of loans that they're making and how they're underwriting that risk. But they look to be structuring this in a way where it's going to work with liquidity pools on the XRPL. So currently that amendment only has like 9 or 10 votes. It hasn't been passed yet. But when the liquidity pools are live on the XRPL, there will be a broker that sits in those pools, and they will underwrite the risk on whatever the investments are going to be made or how the borrowing and lending is going to work out of those pools. There'll be an arbiter also in case there's a dispute between people, so that there's legal there to be able to handle that. They have oversight and can review all the transactions very quickly to see who's at fault or who signed what and didn't, fulfill on their side. But yeah, again, Soil would be available for international people that are not domestic here to the U.S. The way that it is structured, you are contributing assets to somebody else in a pooled vehicle, and they are then putting those assets to work in some capacity to be able to generate returns and pass those back to you. That would meet all the prongs of the Howey test and be, in my mind, a securities offering. So until we have DeFi regulation here in the U.S., we're just going to consider those pools and things as securities offerings. And that's why a lot of those, again, like I mentioned before, have geofenced the U.S. because they know that that could be considered that way, and they are trying to navigate that situation and not have problems with the SEC or the U.S. authorities. So if you're international, yeah, cool. Check it out. Again, that's one of them that I haven't sat down with to actually have a full conversation and kind of look at how they're doing it and what they're investing in or how they're underwriting the risk on the loans that they're making. So for me, I would need to do a lot more due diligence before I felt comfortable advocating for Soil, but not to say that they're good or bad. I'm indifferent at this point because I'm ignorant. I don't know. So that's where we're at with it. Would love to talk to them. If you guys want to put them in contact with us, our CIO, Lewis, would be heading that up. I actually sent it over to him earlier today because I got an email about it, which may have come from you, about that topic. So I'm sure that it's on his list of things. He's, again, working on a yield product. So just so you guys know, none of this is yield. I want to make it very clear. All of these are returns on XRP. There are no structured yield products. This is not like annuities or a mutual fund or something where